everyone, today we have Des here.
Hi.
Again. She's got a hip issue this time, and she's going to tell us a little bit about it. What's going on?
So I do a lot of squats, I do a lot of lunges, and I've noticed that I'm having some difficulties with some of my hip range of motion. And so I started doing more mobility exercises, and I'm noticing that when I do certain things like the 90-90, compared with my left leg back especially, so I guess that's the internal rotation, I'm noticing that I'm getting the adductor tightness, I feel like I can't sink down into this. And then I also get pinching in the front of my hip here.
Okay.
That feels like I can't go any further.
Are you currently feeling that right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Rate it on a scale of 0 to 10.
I'd say it's like a 6 or 7. It's like I don't want to spend a lot of time here in this position.
Okay.
And it does get really bad if I spend too much time there. I feel like it gets sticky. And then the other one I've been trying to do is the frog kind of rock, adductor rock backs, because I'm trying to get the adductors. And that too, if I'm trying to challenge the internal rotation a little bit more, I get that same pinching and tighter adductor compared to the right side.
Rate that one on a scale of 0 to 10.
I'm gonna say same thing. It's like that 6 or 7. I don't want to spend a lot of time here, and it just doesn't feel good. It's not something I want to work through.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, let's do something to mobilize the hip a little bit of a different way. Instead of challenging internal rotation too much, we're going to explore a different direction and come back and see if that frees up for you.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Come on over to the wall right here. I'm going to have you put the side that's problemsome down onto the mat there. And your other one's going to be bent up toward the wall. Perfect. Can you be far enough away from the wall that when your hands are out, you can kind of extend your arms there. You'll be a good space away. Beautiful. We're going to start first with squeezing the left butt cheek.
Okay, left cheek.
And there's a little imaginary paintbrush on the front side of you here. Can you drive that paintbrush to the wall until you feel a small stretch on the front of the hip there?
Okay.
It's feeling good there?
Yeah.
Now we glued you into place. I don't want your hip to go anywhere, but push the wall away from you. Get into my fingers here. You might feel a little core with that, yeah? Might even intensify your stretch a little bit, but it shouldn't go down into the knee at all.
Gotcha.
Cool. Now keeping this position, can we drive this knee up 10 times?
You can try.
There you go, and back down. Give me 10 of those. Good. Each time you're raising your right knee, I want you to think of that paintbrush here, driving it to the front wall each time. Good. Let's call this 4. One more, and I'll change it up for the last 5. Beautiful. This time around, kick this foot out towards the camera a little bit. That's going to want to pull your body in a certain direction. Don't let it. Stay right where you are. You're glued like a statue. Same exact exercise. I make it slightly harder. There you go. And down. It's not about how high you can go. It's just about keeping the hip where it is.
Yeah, much harder this time.
Good. Good. I think pushing the wall away is what initiates this exercise. Last 2. No pain?
No pain.
Good. Last one. Beautiful job. Let's retest.
Okay.
We're not looking for perfect. We're looking for progress.
All right, let's see here. I'll give you
We'll
some
go
space.
back to the first 90-90 one you were testing.
So I can automatically feel that I'm able to put my left cheek's able to access the ground a little bit easier here.
Awesome.
And then just kind of exploring this range a little bit more. I feel like I would be able to sit here longer without anything come on. And I'd say right now it's probably sitting at a 4. It's there, but it's not as bad as it was prior.
Not as intense.
Yeah, not as intense.
Awesome. I love this exercise because it's a mobility exercise, but it's a little more active, getting other areas like your core and the opposite leg to help you out in exploring those ranges of motion. So I'll probably send you home with that one, but let me give you one more. Okay. I'm going to keep you where you are. We're going to go into actually a high diagonal sit. So go ahead and come onto your problem side.
Okay.
Up onto the hand. This will be there for the knee.
So 90-90 on the opposite side.
Perfect. Beautiful. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to have you try to push this mat through the floor. Squish my finger. There you go. And then rock out of it. Let's just explore that a couple times. And then after maybe 3, tell me where you're feeling this at. Good. Mat through the floor. Pause. Where are you feeling that?
I feel it all outer cheek down here.
Perfect. Okay, we're going to intensify this a little bit more. Keep using this here. Try to drive that mat through the floor even more and take that hand, so much so that you're going to come up and a little critter can crawl through underneath the butt cheek here. There you go. Hold. Focus mainly here. Take some breaths. And I want the pressure you have in your knee here to pull you back down to starting position. Once your butt touches, go right back up into this position again. Good, we'll do that 2 more times. Slow on the way down, like molasses. That's the hardest part, the lowering down part. And back up. Good, slow on your way down. Think resisting me, don't let me push you down. Good, last one. And slowly lower. Good, can you show everybody at home mainly where you felt this at?
Yeah, so, catching my breath here for a moment. It's all like outer cheek, and it's not like just one spot. It's like the whole bun. I got a whole toasty bun.
I got a whole toasty bun. Try your outcome measures again. See if that helped at all.
Here. Okay, so I'm able to access this range a little bit easier. Like I wouldn't be able to do this before. The only time I notice it now is when I get deep into it. It's a little bit here in the area, like kind of that same pinching, but it's not as aggressive maybe.
Cool.
As the other side. And then we were doing this one earlier. And this one I don't feel it all over here.
Beautiful. Would you feel like that's improvement for you?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Questions?
No.
Awesome. So first one, against the wall. Think of that as a more active mobility exercise. So if you're looking for more internal rotation of a hip, but you're starting to feel like you're exploring some areas that are creating tightness where you don't want it, let's change it up slightly. Let's explore some hip extension with internal rotation the way I coached you here.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 times a day before exercise with that one.
Okay.
And then we're going to get into this where we're loading into the hip and outer glute. Okay. This one I want you to find about 50-60% effort. So a whole lot of effort in that butt cheek happening. Mm-hmm. Leave a couple left in the tank so you can still do your exercise, but it should be challenging enough for you.
I can do that.
Cool.
Why does the glute help? Like work in the glute?
So that one there specifically is nice because it gets 1, glute activation away from the areas that are tight for you, but 2, it explores what we call the posterior capsule of the hip. So we're taking that, hip joint, putting it into different positions and challenging different ranges, and you may notice the thing that you're exploring frees up without even having to do that range. It's kind of cool how that works sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good questions.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, y'all. So we may notice that tightness in the hip, we want to stretch it out. We want to explore the certain ranges that feel limited, but over time, if we're noticing that's only making it worse and not better, we might want to explore other different ranges of motion of the hip and get it a little more of an active mobility stretch to see if it helps. If you guys want to know what more specifically you can do for your hip issue, feel free to reach out to us.
There's a webinar in the corner.
Okay. Like what? If you guys want to know more of what you can do, you can access the webinar that'll pop up in the corner somewhere. That's a cool resource for you to take advantage of what exercises might be helpful for your hip. You can also reach out to us virtually or in person, and we'd love to help guide you in the right direction.